It's a good, sir.
Yeah. So thank you first of all for inviting for a guest lecture here, and I also thanks the VC madam present here and other staffs of university, basically the physiology department, postgraduate department of physiology. So with this, I'll start our lecture today. The biologicals for sustainable agriculture. The theme behind the talk, it is to make the students and the stakeholders aware of the chemical intervention that is largely used and blindly used. So why biologicals? What is the need of biologicals? And this will be the main topic for today's. In India, the biologicals are the agriculture. It accounts for 18.6% of GDP overall, which only comprises of 44% employment generation. So which is the biggest employment generation in any industry in India. Now coming to the food challenge, with the increasing population, which is going to be increased by 10 billion by 2050, the present situation of the food production, it is not at all sufficient even to feed the 50% of the population, and thereby it demands 70% more food production. And it is not only the quantity of the food, but it also requires or the demand of the nutritious fruit, the minerals in that. So how this will be balanced? The world must achieve the great balancing act in this case to feed 10 billion as well as to produce more 70%, and not only produce but also with the minerals and nutritions therein. So in order to sustainably feed the 10 billion people by 2050, we have to grow enough healthy food without using more land resources, because the food gap, it is 60% more required increase in the calories, food calories. On the other hand, there are the limiting factors. Because of the biophysical effect or the climatic change, 70% reduction in the production is expected. Like that is total cut in the yield. Whereas by 2050, it is estimated that 17% of hectares, land hectares, are the cultivable land is going to be reduced. And at the same time, we have to reduce the environmental impact also, which is by 24% of global greenhouse gas emission. So with these challenging conditions, now here the question is, does the Indian agriculture need to be more sustainable? And this question is not for us only, but for everyone, all the stakeholders are the community, society, and the worldwide also. Because whatever the challenges are there, reduction in population, like reduction in land, cultivable land, resources, the main limiting resources is water. So with these challenging conditions, does Indian agriculture need to be more sustainable? Now, what is the exact challenge? In agriculture today, we are facing these four challenges. Basically, there are different challenges, other challenges also there. Those are many more, but agriculture per se or the productivity, these are the four challenges: biotic, climatic, which is also known as abiotic, soil, and anthropology. So these are the four challenges, are the four segments, maybe we can say, where it is including soil, the atmosphere, and then the current practices of pesticide use and disease and insect pressure also. So if we consider the biotic factors, it is go on increasing. every year, every season, we see the new pest, new disease is emerging, like fall armyworm, the pink bollworm. So like this, they are increasing and they will not stop at all. If today's some disease has lowered down, so tomorrow the other one is come up. But what is the reason? Now, before that, we understand because of the biotic challenge or the insect pest challenges, what we do? We use heavy metals, we use herbicides, we use heavy pesticides, advanced pesticides. So all these generate heavy metals, microplastics, and persistent agronomic organic pollutants. These all are there accumulating in the soil quality. So thereby the quality of the soil or the soil fertility, texture, and other things are getting depleted and the soil become more infertile. Because with this, with these practices, the challenge is with pH, the microbes, salinity, and nutrient availability. So these are the challenges, and these are the only pillars for the fertility of the soil. And on the top of these things, now again, the today's burning topic in agriculture is the abiotic stress, whether it is heat, drought, flood, cold, wind, or the UV rays also. So with this, how we can produce more quality food is again the question mark. Now, if I consider only the abiotic stress, which is here, close to 70% yield reduction is there only because of the abiotic factors. And many a times it happens that the grower will not reach even the 20% of the potential production. Now, as per these studies, there are, in case of row crops or the field crops, somewhere it is 62, 82, and these factors are losses due to the biotic factor. Then these losses are due to abiotic factor. Then there is next level, that is 10%, 5%, 9%. This is the abiotic stress, are the losses due to abiotic factors. And then what is remaining at the bottom, like 24% or the 13 or 22%, that is the yield farmer is getting. And there now the here is the issue of awareness, where the loss is more, like 70 to 70%. There we are investing only little, only 10 to 15% today. The farmers are investing in the nutrition management, and where the loss is little, 10 to 15%, there the farmer are investing 80% of the input. So this has to be balanced, this has to be optimized, then only we can reach the potential, or we can able to feed the global level. Now, how does climate change impact the agriculture or overall production, maybe the quality and the quantity also? So in this case, if it is excessive heat, that reduce the surface water and depletes aquifers, thereby disrupting flowering and pollination, which is must for any crop to produce. Loss of natural resources like removes habitat and the food for beneficial insects, dries up water sources. So this will again add up to the problem. Drought, it causes crop failure and loss of arable land. Excessive precipitation, this increases the difficulty of planting. This also increases the difficulty in standing the crop to get settled the crop in the after transplanting or sowing. and never ending new pests and diseases. There is more competition for the soil and water. Because of that, the great damage to the crop, and also the flooding, which removes the topsoil and inundated crops. So these are the some of the factors, like from the environment or the climate, it is affecting the production, agriculture production. Now, if we come out to the soil fertility, then it is again the dangerous situation, alarming situation, because total available agriculture land, that is 140 million hectares. So out of 140 million hectares, close to 85%, that is 120 million hectares, soil is already degraded, maybe because of various reasons. But the degree of degradation is 85%. And another thing is that how it is degraded. Just small example, there has been survey by Government of India. As per the 99, 91 and 92, there was 70 kilo fertilizer used for 1 hectare of land. Now, coming to the 2014 and 15 survey, it has become totally double. That too, 128 kilogram per hectare. So, other hand, we have increased the fertilizers consumption, basically the chemical fertilizers consumption, but does it increase the production, or does it increase the quality of the food? That is the biggest question. And here the answer is, by increasing the fertilizer consumption or fertilizer input, we have not increased the production. Now, what is the status of soil degradation considering the India? So in India, total geographical area is 328 million hectare, and the degradation of the soil estimated to be occurring on 147 million hectares, so which is the 44% of the total geographical area. And in that 44%, there are different factors like water erosion, acidification, flooding, wind erosion, salinity, and some of the combining factors. So these are the factors, and this is extremely serious because India supports globally 18% of world human population by feeding, and 15% of world livestock population. But a piteous thing is that India has only 2.4% of world's land area. But another thing is that despite of all the challenges, all the hurdles, India ranks second worldwide in farm output. So what are the sources of land degradation? So it is overgrazing, deforestation, careless forest management, urban growth, industrialization, natural and social resources, land shortage, land fragmentation, and poor economy and population increase. These are the sources of land degradation, and how they are affecting the activities, the agriculture activities leading to this change. So low and imbalanced fertilization, because if the poor economy, they cannot afford to manage the proper nutrition management, excessive tillage, use of heavy metals, heavy metal machinery, crop residue burning, because no one wants to take the crop residues after harvest. Maybe the now the livestock has been decreasing, so then don't require much of the fodder crops. Poor irrigation and water management. If you are having the fragmented land holding, that will limit the resources, what is the water management or the irrigation facilities, the new advanced technologies they cannot afford. Poor crop rotation and pesticide overuse and soil pollution. So these are the agriculture activities. If you see, like the other people are doing the degrading land, but farmers themselves, they are to some extent responsible for the land degradation. So the answer for my first question is that yes, we need to be more sustainable. Sustainable agriculture is the immediate need in India. Now, how this sustainable or how we can make the agriculture, the Indian agriculture more sustainable, that we'll see now. So these are the three basic things: seed, pesticides, and fertilizers, NPK. These are the basic things need to be for agriculture production or food production. And we are using this, we are doing this since many years. But one more question, whether using more seed, more fertilizer and more pesticides, will it be benefit? Will it be sustainable? Only increasing the quantity of the input. It is not benefited anymore if there is the resistance to the pest and diseases. If excess use of chemicals is there, deficiency in the nutrients, imbalance in nutrients and sorry sir, actually there was some network issue.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So if these are the limitations, it is not good to use only seeds, more number of seeds are the more pesticides and the fertilizer. That has to be used wisely in proper ratio so that the land degradation. So what to do with that? The another sustainable goal is while using the pesticides, we are not opposing the pesticides use. Pesticides should be used whenever necessary, but how much the quantity refers, when the timing of application refers, and the frequency of application. These things and the particularly the dose. And along with the chemical insecticide or pesticides, we need to use bio control agents so that there is the synergy between both and the use of chemicals will be reduced. Likewise, with the NPK or the chemical fertilizers, we need to complement with the biofertilizers, thereby increasing the soil microbes in the rhizosphere area, and also the biostimulants which will help us to mitigate from the abiotic stress, nutrient use efficiency, water use optimization, and the quality also. So with this is today's need to integrate and complement the biologicals with the chemicals to achieve the goal. Now, why biostimulants only? Why not other biological agents or other factors? So biostimulants in agriculture, it is basically to improve the tolerance to abiotic stresses, to improve the nutrient use efficiency, and also the crop quality. So biostimulants also provide the sustainable outcomes or the sustainable agriculture outcomes. So benefits of biostimulants, they improve soil health, balancing beneficial soil microorganisms. They will withstand the climatic change or the climatic factors by improving tolerance to abiotic stress, drought, extreme temperatures, and the salinity. They will enhance the crop quality by enhancing crop quality through plant health and vigor. They will optimize the nutrient use efficiency by enhancing uptake and efficient use of nutrients. They will increase or stimulate the yield, the plant metabolism, and increase the harvestable yield. So these are the benefits from biostimulants or from using the biostimulants. Now, how these benefits correlate with the sustainable outcome goals? So it is the crop water quality. It increases uptake of applied or existing nutrients, reduces the potential of runoff. So this refers to the nutrient use and uptake. Water use, so greater yield from same or less even by using the less water. For example, here rice cultivation, if you follow the alternate wet and dry cycle, it will consume at least 40% of less water. So this is one of the example. So water use also the one of the outcome, the sustainable outcome. Carbon emission, increased plant uptake of applied or existing nutrient that will reduces N2O emission. Soil quality, enhance microbiome, improves competition and organic content and carbon sequestration. If microbiome or the microbiome population in the soil or the rhizosphere, it increase, that will avoid the entry of pathogens. They will start fighting with the space and thereby the already available, already present microbes will not will deter the entry of pathogens. Food loss, improved quality, increases harvest, marketable produce and grower profitability. Land use, greater yield per acre, which will reduces the need to cultivate additional acres. So these are the benefits of biostimulants where it is contributing to the sustainable agriculture outcomes. Now the second biological factor is the biofertilizer. First is biostimulant, then biofertilizer. Why you require the biofertilizer? In today's scenario, again, the soil degradation and loss of soil fertility, soil left, life left. It is from last 50 to 60 years, the degradation, continuous degradation, and thereby what is happening, the reliance on chemical fertilizer, it is much more increasing. Greenhouse gas emission and carbon footprint, it is increasing day by day. Now, in recent days, some of the governments have banned or reduced the rice cultivation just to reduce the methane liberation in the atmosphere. So this is impacting the climate change on water, rainfall, rainy days, and the growing conditions also. Availability of water has become sparse. Recently, you might have heard about the case of Bengaluru, where there is tragic condition of water scarcity, and thus the resource depletion and ecosystem degradation. So what microbes do or what microbials are in sense the biofertilizer do for these. So biofertilizer are the microbes, they have majorly four functions are the four ways to work. First is fixation, solubilization, and mobilization of nutrients. Whatever may be nutrients you will give to the soil or the plant. Let's say it is calcium nitrate. Plant will not take at any time the calcium nitrate in as such. It has to be degraded or it has to be break down in calcium separately and nitrate separately. Then only calcium uptake will happen and nitrate will be uptaken separately. But then who will do this function? Whose role is this? So this is the role of microbes. These microbes can transform gaseous nitrogen into organic form, ammonia, that can be used by the plants. It is not as such be taken up. Improvement of resistance to pathogen. Just now I spoke about that. So the simply occupy the niche that otherwise might be vulnerable to pathogen. So pathogens will enter and then the beneficial microbes in the rhizosphere produce a number of chemicals that act directly against pathogen. So many antibiotics the microbes produce, so that will help us to resistance for pathogen. Improvement in resistance to abiotic stress like flood, drought, salinity, heavy metal contamination, organic pollutant, and high and low temperatures. This also be the best example is mycorrhiza in this case. They push plant growth and development. So the microbes are also having critical role in plant development, physiology, and metabolism. These roles often are carried out through microbes, microbial synthesis of chemicals, biochemicals that mimic, amplify, inhibit, or modify the activities of plant hormones. So these are the role or the actions of microorganisms. And there, with this, there are three B's depending on their function or the mode of action. The mode of action or the functions are first is increasing availability of nutrients, second is enhancing plant root growth, neutralizing toxic compounds in the soil, making plants more resistant to diseases and the abiotic stress. Third is deterring plant pathogens and predators. Based on these three actions, the microbes are classified or segmented in three B groups. Basically, the biocontrol, biostimulant, and biofertilizer. So biocontrol will help you to control the bacterial or fungal diseases and weeds, nematodes like this, pest also. Biostimulants, those are enhance the natural processes of plants, benefiting nutrient use efficiency, tolerant to abiotic stress, crop quality, yield, and water use optimization also. Biofertilizer are used for fixing nitrogen, phosphorus solubilization, improving nutrient availability, uptake, and promoting plant growth and soil health. So the benefits are if we use biostimulant as well as biofertilizer combinedly with microbes, the result will be a safe and residue-free crop, safe and residue-free food also, and increasing export year on year. So why we need to increase microbes in the soil? Maybe, sir, you may know like from now 15 or 20 years before, there was no any microbial products available in the market. Now, is it meaning that that time it was not needed and now it is needed? So the need was there that time also, now also, but since our ancestors practices the less modernization, I would say, or less advanced agriculture, they were merely dependent on the domesticated or in-house produced fertilizers, thereby maintaining the organic carbon level in soil very good, less tillage. Nowadays, we take two crops or to some extent three crops also, thereby increasing the tillage also. And this all will add up in depleting the microbes in soil. So it is alarming to note that today foods grown in on millions of acres no longer contain enough minerals to sustain human health. No longer possible for the average human to consume sufficient fresh fruits and vegetables. The problem is that the nutrition quality of a food is too low and the digestive system is simply not large enough. And for this reason, we need to enrich microbes in the soil. What is the advantages by enriching the population of microbes or by using the biofertilizers? So the nitrogenous biofertilizers can provide 25 to 30% of chemical fertilizers equivalent nitrogen. PSB, the phosphorus soluble bacteria, can provide 12 to 20 kg of phosphorus per hectare per season. The WAM mycorrhiza can provide adequate phosphorus, other nutrients also, and also help to increase water absorption in rhizosphere. So these are the advantages, are the benefits, and the most benefit is helps in soil health maintenance. How to protect this nutrition and the nutrient, or how to feed and protect the population of microbes. So they forms an active envelope around the root mass, thereby what we can say the complexing, or what we do with the micronutrients, that complexing action, it is there with the root also, actively releases nutrients from soil, competes with other microbes for root extrudes. Other microbes means in this case the harmful microbes, produces physical, biochemical barrier to suppress pathogen. Here stimulates plant growth, maintains stimulates plant growth, maintains active concentration of gradient of defense elicitor, and sensitive to soil management and potential toxins. Now coming to the third B, that is biopesticides. So need of biopesticides or the biocontrol agent is for there is the proper pest management is an important factor for healthy and high yielding crops. Chemical pesticides have accelerated land, air, and water contamination also. They have been the main cause of insect resistance as well as adverse impacts on natural enemies and humans. And for this reason, it is better, far better to use biocontrol agents or biopesticides. What are the advantages of biopesticides? So it is inherently less harmful and less environmental load because that are not go waste. There is no need to detoxify them. Designed to affect only one specific pest at a time, or in some cases a few target organisms. often effective in very small quantities and often decompose quickly, resulting in lower exposure and largely avoiding the pollution problems. When used as a component of integrated pest management practices or integrated crop management, the newer version of it, biopesticides can be contribute greatly. It is safe and natural. They are biodegradable, also cheaper and renewable, can be handled safely, not much skills required, often have other uses like household insects and repellents are plants with medicinal properties. There is a great demand for residue-free cotton garments, fruits, vegetables, and beverages. Large-scale utilization of botanical pesticides will certainly help us in meeting international standards of quality and safety in these products. Now, coming to the last of my talk, see, it is not only for the feeding people, but if you see the market's perspective for these products, the biological products from 2018, when it was $4.7 billion market totally globally, and is it estimated by 2030 it should reach $14 billion. So it is, and my sincere request here to all the students that spread the awareness of biologicals, not for us, but for the larger community also. And these are some of the practices we manage or we take care in our Valagro. That's all. Thank you, sir.
So now the presentation for discussion. This is Senthil. Thank you for your excellent lecture on biologicals as biostimulants, biofertilizers, and also the biopesticides. Okay. My question is, can we suggest all these? I mean, for example, biostimulants. For example, in Valor Group, we have released so many products. Can we suggest these projects for organic farming or organic
Yes, sir.
agriculture?
Yes, sir. The all the products actually what Valagro is produces, that all are suitable for the organic farming, and we are recommending in our daily practices.
Okay, okay. Almost all the crops, right?
Yeah, yes.
What about the market potential of Valagro biostimulants as far as present scenario is concerned in India?
Sir, in India, if I compare these products, so these pesticides, the chemical pesticides that are growing with the 4 to 5% CAGR. In contrast to that, biostimulants are growing 10 to 12% CAGR. Whereas the chemical fertilizers that are growing merely 7% CAGR rate. Against that, the biofertilizer are growing 15% CAGR. So even if we consider the lesser, like the minimum rate also, but with considering the demand, because nowadays the awareness about the residue free food and organic food, it is much more, not in rural areas but in urban areas, that is more prevalent, and the awareness campaigning also, many organizations are taken up awareness campaigning. So because of that, there is the great demand. But yes, saying that demand is there, but there has to lot of patience needed, because these are the products will not show you, like pesticides you apply and then this is gone or the pest gone. it is not like this. If you applied, you have to wait how the patients, because most of the products are there that will show results only in harvesting or quality and yield. So that one uh, hurdle, like, I will not say hurdle, but that way we have to keep patience.
Okay, thank you. One more question is regarding these biostimulants. You are advocating in very small quantities, right? In milliliters. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, you are recommending for various crops in very small quantities. But I was told from farmers' side that farmers usually go for are practicing liters per hectare like that, right? But here you are recommending in small quantities. Because of that, people are somewhat skeptical about the efficiency of these biostimulants. I think they still it's there in their mind. So how do you address this issue? And
Yes, sir.
also another thing is, please sir, cost
I
of
to,
your products.
yeah, I totally agree with you, because if we see for the chemicals also, if the grower has told that this is the pesticide, it use 2 ml per liter, but no grower will use 2 ml. He will use either 3 ml or at least 2.5 ml, because he wants immediate result. And this is not with the growers with respect to plants, but we in day-to-day life, something is there, we will not wait to body to respond that. Immediately we take injection or the tablets, because we need to rush for the work. Same way here also, I already told these are the biological products and they take time to respond or to show the performance. So growers is not having that much patience. And if we suggest small quantities also, they are going for more. That is the reason actually. Otherwise, whatever the schedule given, not for Valagro, but for any company, if they are giving same schedule and they follow the schedule, definitely with the same quantity what is being advised, the growers are getting, because the NRCs, the National Research Center for Pomegranate, the grapes, banana, and so other institutes also, they are getting results and they are advocating also. So small quantities, definitely it is showing results. The only thing is that we need to have patience.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So this is Ravichandran. Most of the price students are giving a number of treatments, applications, three, sometimes four. So it's a difficult to follow even the farmers. So what is the response?
Sir, can you repeat, please?
So the number of applications for price students, sometimes
Okay.
three times. So how it will follow? It's very difficult to follow by farmers.
Yeah,
Even the
sir.
second, yes.
Sir, number of applications. In case of these applications are two or three, but this is in case of soil biostimulant. As far as the foliar biostimulants are consider, we recommend only one or two application, and that too stage specific, not at all like any stage. So only stage specific if it is a flowering, one application before flowering, and for the setting, this after flowering, the setting one application only. Maybe vegetative growth are the balance, two application in the vegetative stage, and likewise for the ripening or the fruit development. Now coming to the soil application, because the soil is already degraded, pH is not balanced at all, the EC and the organic carbon, those are also not up to the mark. And we have the success stories to showcase and to refer that the growers who are using since last 2 or 3 years, the continuously using our products are the biological products. They reduced the doses. If it is earlier they were using 3 doses, they come to 2 doses, and the organic carbon is increased. Now, with the increase of organic carbon, there are other fertilizers, the other nutrient input is also less. And in the village, where the other farmers, the non-practicing farmers, if they are spending 100 rupees for nutrition management, this particular farmer is spending only 50 rupees for the nutrition management. See, that is depend on how the soil quality, if it is, what is the degradation level, what is the salinity level, what is the salt concentration there. So it bases on that, it varies the application.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. This is Bhuminathan, Professor Crop Physiology. I want to know what is the scope of using our own CBD extract from Indian coastal region to develop into biostimulants. I think you are mostly using from CBD extract from other countries, I believe. So is there any scope of using our own CBD extract available in Indian regions to develop the biostimulant commercially? And if there are any scopes?
So, sir, our own in the sense Indian seaweed, you mean to say?
Yeah. CBD
Sir,
available in the close. Yeah.
okay, sir, that in that case, actually, before 10 years, the Indian seaweed, like the from the coastal area of Kerala, was using. We are harvesting from there, and we are using, but that time the quality of the seaweed, it was very good. Now, because of the excessive fertilizers and the chemicals, that all got polluted, and the quantity of seaweed now it is available, it is almost 5 times more than what was previous. And because of that, quality has deteriorated. And that is the reason many companies, not only we, many companies stopped using. Even that seaweed was earlier used by for a cosmetic, the food purpose, the medicinal purpose also. But nowadays, because of the quality of the seaweed, stopped using this. Otherwise, if we get the same quality seaweed, that is good. Like a lot of transportation cost, because we are getting seaweed in the Norway. So transporting all together from Norway to here, it is almost the cost of the product is getting doubled.
The next question would be, what is the source of biopesticide? Biopesticide. Is it practically useful biopesticide? What you are talking about biopesticide?
Sir, can you repeat?
So what are the sources of biopesticide? Is it from plant extract, or again you will use the components extract from many plants?
No, here actually for us, the sources are only two, the plant extracts or microbes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, I'm Hashrata from First MSc. Sir, I wanted to ask whether there are any internship opportunities under your industry for this activity.
Actually, we had a talk with Jaikumar sir, and we agreed for the training purpose. So maybe we can extend this association to the next level. But at this stage, we are agreed on for the training purpose to train the industrial training what you undergo after the course, that